Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and I'm so excited to welcome to the show Miss Destiny Malibu, singer-songwriter, American Idol contestant. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
You have a really powerful voice. Holy cow.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So Destiny, what does that mean? That's not your real name?
My real name is Destiny, and I'm from Malibu. So it just kind of, I used to go by just Destiny, but there's also the video game that's Destiny. So every time you search Destiny, it was like all video game stuff.
It's a lot to compete with.
Yeah, so when we thought about what my artist name would be, I'm like, why don't we call it Destiny Malibu? Because that's where I grew up, and it represents like who I am. So that's where I live now. So.
What does Malibu represent to you?
Good vibes, beach, nature, really a laid back vibe. Like my whole high school experience was just like, you know, all the girls didn't wear makeup, and it was very like beachy and boho, and so just like really earthy, friendly vibes.
I love
that. That's what it represents for me.
Did you always know your destiny would be to be a singer?
I think so, because my mom was actually a very successful Spanish artist, and she was in two girl groups. One was Padecinones, and another was Violento, and they toured with like Ricky Martin and Enrique Iglesias, and they had lots of #1 hits and stuff. So I kind of like grew up in that atmosphere, and my mom taught me like the basic format of a song when I was little, and I just started writing. My first song was when I was 9 years old, and I started playing guitar at that time too.
What was the title of your first song?
My first song was called A Million Kisses, and it's actually on iTunes. So it's funny to listen now. Like if I go and listen to it, I'm like, whoa, like that's so weird.
I love that.
But it's so cool to have, you know, to like be able to like go back and listen to something that was from so long ago.
So let's talk about this song, Peace, because I know a lot of us don't have peace, and peace seems to be almost the theme of the greatest superpower you could have today. Tell us a little bit about where that song came from.
Yes, absolutely. So I actually wrote that song while I was on tour during the summer this year, and I met a lot of students at the schools that were going through a really hard time. I'm sure as you guys know that there's been a lot of really difficult things happening at high schools around the US. So after talking to a lot of these kids, I wrote this song with the hope that it will bring peace to people, because the purpose of the song is for each individual to think about who that person is or presence is in your life that really keeps you going and motivates you, whether that's your mom or your dad or a friend or something spiritual or whatever it means to you, you know? And so that song is to just refocus your mind and just like really get in tune with that, which I think personally for me, keeps me going and on track, because, you know, it's easy to get confused on where your direction is. And for me, that song just represents remembering that your peace is in that person.
So how do you do that in your life? How do you find that peace?
For me personally, I mean, of course, my supporters around the world mean everything to me. I call my fans angels. So my group of angels out there, like they keep me going. If I hit a roadblock or you know, something happens, like I didn't win American Idol, but it was an amazing experience, and I had so much support. And anytime something happens in my career, in my life, where I'm not sure where I'm gonna go next, you know, I think of my fans, my supporters, and it just really keeps me going, because I know they love me, and they all were like, oh, you're our American Idol winner. And just little comments like that, you know, where it just means so much, and that definitely keeps me going.
What's been the greatest trial?
The greatest trial of my life?
Yeah.
The biggest trial of my life? That's a tough question. I mean,
was the American Idol experience?
I think that was definitely tough, you know, because there was so much excitement, and this was probably one of the biggest moments in my career thus far. So I had like so many people with me at the show and the days that I filmed, and so when I didn't win, and you know that didn't happen, it was kind of, there was definitely a moment where I questioned myself, and I had to listen to my song Peace. I had to focus, I had to meditate and realize that, you know, not winning every time is okay. You know, you don't have to win everything in life, and honestly, it's like those bumps in the road and those trials that make you so much stronger of a person. And if you can, you know, go through something and get back up, it's like you're gonna be so much more resilient and means so much more to so many people, because life is not always, you know, rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah.
Not 100% of the time.
We talk about that, like, it's really impossible to fail if you think about it. If you look at it from the perspective of we're here to grow, and all these things are growing us, like you can't fail.
That's the way to think about it, honestly. And because it's true. You know, it's not just a way to make yourself feel better. It's true. It's like life is about growing. It's a journey. It's about learning more about yourself and what you can give back to the world. So I'm actually super thankful that I didn't win and that, you know, I had that experience because it teaches you things. It makes you a better person.
Well, if you follow Destiny on Malibu, you might see in her bio, it says spreading light.
Yes.
So what is the light that you are spreading? What is your mission?
My mission is definitely just to inspire people to be the best version of themselves and to remember that we're all here to support each other, to give love, and that's really the purpose of existence, you know. And for me, music is a way that I can get out there and spread that love. When I get on stage and I see how excited, you know, my fans get and how they're singing along and they're dancing, I mean, that's one of the best things in life, in my opinion. Just that moment of just pure bliss. So being able to tour and being able to spread that love to other people and positivity, like we all need that, you know?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Well, and you're doing it this weekend, September 30th.
Yes, this
downtown
weekend.
LA. Tell us about the event.
Yeah, so it's at El Pueblo Historical Monument, and I'm going to be singing at the Kiosco, and I'm going to be performing my brand new unreleased EP called Lo Siento. It's my first bilingual EP, so I'm super excited about this, and there's going to be a lot of industry executives, and right now I'm actually in negotiations with a couple different labels, so we're picking which one we're going to go to release the EP, but if you come to the show, it's going to be the first time these songs are ever performed and ever heard. So if you guys can make it, it's going to be really fun. And it is from 12:30 to 2 p.m. I go on at 1 p.m., but 12:30 is a good time. We're going to be setting up and everything.
So excited. Oh my
We
God.
love your energy. You seem very authentic, very
Aw,
healthy.
thank you so much.
It's all those Malibu vibes. I'm
The
talking
beach
to you, I'm like,
definitely
I need to go join Soho in Malibu so I can sit there and get some vibes.
Listen to a little Destiny. You'll be good.
The beach vibes definitely are beneficial.
Love
For
it.
sure. Thank you so much for all your art
Aw,
into the world. We love your
thank
song.
you.
It was incredible. You have an incredible voice.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Tell
having
your
me.
new angels where they can follow you.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube at Destiny Malibu. And I post on there regularly and covers and originals and story updates so you can
Cool.
stay in touch with me.
Oh, and have a beautiful event on the 30th.
Oh,
Stay
thank
tuned.
you
We'll
so
be back
much.
on Good Morning La La Land.